Hello everyone, happy Saturday and welcome back to my studio and to my channel. I'm Robin McClendon and here we do all kind of mixed media things. So today we're going to work on some mark making pages. Got some ideas, some fun things I want to share with you all. But first, please hit that thumbs up. If you're used to my work and you already know you're going to love it, please hit the thumbs up. Get those algorithms working with YouTube. It really means a lot to me and the channel. And for those of you who are new, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that bell and hit all, and that way you get the notifications. We do this every Saturday. We have a premiere group. We're over there chatting it away right now. So when you get the bell notification, you can hit notify me, and then YouTube will send you out a message a half an hour before, and then when it actually starts, and you can jump in the premiere with us and talk and share, and also meet other artists like yourselves that maybe live right around the corner for you. It's amazing how many of us have met each other through our Saturday chats and have created and gone on to create new relationships and stuff like that. So I'm excited to get going here. Today we're going to work some more with this sketch paper. You can see my pad is getting low. I need to get some more. But the links for this are below. It's the 𝐍𝐄𝐈𝐍𝐈𝐍𝐿. It's actually a Japanese paper. And it's designed for using with sumi inks and a lot of the Asian brushing and brushwork and inks and paints and what have you. But it's really good on the gel plate. It's also really good for mark making. So we are going to be using our gel plate. We will be working with some various paints that I'm going to wash down. And we are going to be working with our Posca pens and also with some of this pinata with the 𝐏𝐎𝐎𝐋 rich gold in the alcohol ink. And we're going to do some mark making, some of our favorite things to do. So we're going to get started, and I'll be back with the gel plate. Okay, so I have my 8x10 gel plate. Now I'm going to be working with colors that are not going to show up right away, except for the gold. You'll be able to see the gold, but I'm going to work with colors that are going to contrast once we do the wash on the background that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start off with some Posca pens in the white. So I'm going to be using white. And now this white is not going to show up a lot, right? On this paper when I go to use it. I'm going to work fast because I don't want it to dry, because I'm actually going to be just laying the paper down. I'm not going to be using paint to pick it up. I'm actually, the Posca, as many of you who've worked with them before, you know it's an acrylic paint pen. So this is basically acrylic that's coming off of the plate, and it's already going to be pretty wet. You'll see the method to the madness soon. I love actually using the gel plate to do the mark making on the gel plate and then pull it off. I like the line that's created. Now you can see that white there. We're going to keep on building that up. So just kind of keep it, you know, wet. I have an edge here that I want to, so I want to fill the whole paper up. And this paper picks up a lot of paint off the gel plate, which is really good. So I'm kind of put a line across the bottom here. So let's go ahead and pick this up. And so we're pretty much getting this paper filled up with the white Posca, and you're going to see what we're going to do shortly. So let's go and make some circles now. So I'm just kind of making, you know, some of my standard marks. You know, kind of do the things that you like to do. Also think in terms of being off the side of the page. Now, my page is larger than, so I think what I'm going to do, so that I can kind of go off the side, I'm going to do it the long way, and then that way I can make, I can kind of also do the bottom the same way, so my circles aren't sort of weird. Okay, so I'm still focusing on the, you know, the white on white. Just adding some extra marks into those circles. Get some overlapping. So I'm going to do one more page with white, and so we've got some, you can sort of see at this angle, you can see how the white's down there. Posca pens, I always just kind of get them going again. Okay. Any kind of marks that you can think of, and any marks that you enjoy making. You know, it's just about having your hand in the papers that you create. So, you know, it's like about creating your own decorative papers and not, you know, your work coming from sort of store-bought sources, you know. That's what I love about this process. Okay. Alrighty. And we could go on and on, but of course, you know, want to get through the whole technique. So we have that. Alrighty, so now what I want to do, put our Poscas away right now, and I'm going to work with the pinata in the alcohol ink. Just filling up the space here. Okay, so we'll let that set up, and we can come back with this paper with the circles, and I'm just kind of working sort of inside where some of the other circles were, just very loosely. Okay. And here we have some of our lines. So I think I'm going to go this way, kind of cross hatch. Okay. can't get enough gold. If you're like me, can't ever get enough gold. Let's see. Just create a dot pattern. And the sky is the absolute limit on this technique. As much as you can think of in terms of pattern making, the better. So we're going to let that dry. When it's totally dry, I'll be back for the next part of this. So I'm back, everything is dry, and this is where the magic comes in. So we have our gold dots, we have our white, you know, Posca down there. And so what we're going to do is going to flip it over. So we're going to work on the back of this sheet. Now this only works with the Japanese calligraphy or the Asian calligraphy paper. So you have to use this 𝐍𝐄𝐈𝐍𝐈𝐍𝐿. It's a nice thick paper. You can use other papers, but sometimes they're thin and the water can cause them to tear. So if you have some Asian paper you just want to try it with, just know that if it gets a little bit too wet, it could rip on you. But if you're using it as collage paper, it may not even matter. But definitely with this thicker paper, it works. It doesn't work with copier papers and other things like that, because it's this type of paper with the long fiber that will allow the color to seep through to the front, and that's what we want. So I'm going to go with some of this quinacridone magenta, and I'm going to put some of that down. I'm using this, what is this mat, you know, I want to say it's not Mylar. I want to say it's not that. It'll come to me, but it's one of these, you know, mats that, you know, cleans up easily and things don't stick to and all that kind of stuff. You've seen these before, but you can use wax paper, things like that work fine as well. You just want something that's going to be like a resist surface. And I'm going to get this really wet. So it's just an easy palette to put your color on and to want this really watery. And then just paint on the back. For those of you who love color, you're going to love today's mark making, because I'm using color. Something I don't always use. You know, I love color. Now this is the quinacridone azo, and I'm just kind of doing, you know, stripes here. You can mix it any kind of way you want. I'm just kind of, we're just doing different things for the sake of it doesn't have to be any particular, you know, have at it, have fun with it. The main thing is you just want it all soaked through. You can kind of let the colors mix around. And you'll see it's going to soak right through to the other side. And then our pattern and everything is going to be on that side. So let's flip it over. Ah, look at that. So we have our Posca. We have our gold dots. The Posca really picks up the gel printing marks, which I just love. And yeah, we get a little resist of the paper around where the dots are, so that stays white using the gold. And just doesn't get any better. So let's put this down and just laying them down here to dry. And let's get to our next sheet. So you just kind of can wipe up, oops, in between colors. I'm going to go to the blue and some green right now. So I'm going to get this off. Okay, so let's get the goldens and the teal. and the green gold. Okay, it's a little stop, so we're just going to open it up and put it down this way. Okay, there. So once again, we'll use water, and it's really no precise science with this. You just kind of get it until you get a nice wash and the color's kind of looking the way you want it to look. You can see it goes down really intense, almost like an ink. So let's get our next one. You always want to flip it over, work on the back side. So pretty. So you can just kind of keep on soaking the paper, just keep on picking up the paint on this surface. Or if you're using wax paper or something like that, it's good because the paper is going to stick to the surface, and that just allows you to really kind of get the color absorbed in it. So you can see how even I'm like just tapping it a bit because I'm seeing these extra white spaces. I don't know if you can see it that well. So I just like to try to get them covered as much as possible. More of that down, and spritz it. There you go. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, gorgeous. That turquoise and that green gold with the gold in the piñata just really holds up. Wait till these are dry. Very good. And got another one here. Let's just clean this off. So I think I'm gonna use, I have a burnt orange. Let's try that one. And so it's quinacridone burnt orange. Let's see how we like this one. And so once again, this is the top side. So you see how that white really just starts popping. Get a little bit of quinacridone. And I like to just kind of put it right on the surface because I feel like you waste less paint than trying to put it in a bowl and all of that. So if you just work right on your, if you have one of these kind of mats, or if you have wax paper or deli wrap, anything like that works. Really like working with the piñata in the in that alcohol ink, in the gold. Oh, it's so elegant. It just brings, just elevates your, you know, all your mark made papers, because it kind of gives it that look of something that you would have bought, you know, online or at Blick, or, you know, something for $12 or $15 a sheet. You know how that goes. And then here we, oh my goodness, look at that. Good stuff. I just love the marks that happen with the gel plate. And as you know, as you take this and use it as collage material and just pieces of fodder that, you know, you can use in all your work. Just how gorgeous is that? And they haven't even dried yet. Oh. Okay, so one more sheet here. This one right here. So let's just clean this one more time. I think I'm gonna go with actually my two favorite combinations. I love teal, and I love quinacridone with teal. So we do it on this one, so flip it over. This one was just the gold. I don't think we did any white on that one, so we'll just have just gold here. So I'm not going to mix my brushes, but these two together will sort of create a, when they kind of mix, in between you kind of get this sort of khaki green, which I love. Okay. So I'm using two different brushes just to kind of keep it somewhat separate, but at the same time I will get some color mixing, which is just good. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, look at that. That's good. So I have a few white spots on the front, so we can just come back with and just, you can really just kind of tap in it if you have any places that are kind of still white and you don't want them like that. Now we do get a resist a bit around the gold because of the a bit of the material that seeps out around it. But so here we are. Look at that. That's good. So I'll be back with these dry. But yeah, I know you guys have probably already stopped the video. You probably already gone and got your stuff and you're starting, because this is good stuff. And you could just go on and on with all the papers that you can make and then use back in our project. So using our gel plate to get those really nice monoprinted kind of lines that you can only get in monoprinting process. And then using this Pinata Gold is just so good by 𝐏𝐻𝐿. And I'll make sure stuff is linked below. Today I used a lot of my golden colors. I just wanted intense. And you can always depend on golden paints to give you intense color, but you could use any of your acrylics. And a little bit of water, a couple of brushes, and here we have it. So we'll be back with these all nice and dry. Okay, so here we are back with all of our papers, and mine are still drying. They're nearly dry, but a little bit wet. But you can just see the beauty in them, and you can also see where you get splatters, how it picks that color up. So, you know, I think the more loose you work with the paint and just have fun with it, I just like the more random results. But, oh, I mean, look, if this isn't good stuff. And, of course, it's ready for, oh, my collage. You can use it as a base on a cradle board and then work up, collaging on top of it. Oh, this color is so good, too. I really just like the way that Posca makes those really nice, just monoprinted marks. And then with this gold, it's just good stuff. Got that one. We have this one with the dot pattern. Can't wait to use these. Here is our teal with the quinacridone. You see how you sort of get this olivey color, which I really love. That gold is good. And then we have this one. Just really beautiful fine lines, and yeah. Just love it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this today and have already started making your own papers. You could just go wild with these, and it's like there's never really, honestly, there's no reason to go buy papers in the store again, honestly, with what you can do with this. And especially if you get this 𝐍𝐄𝐈𝐍𝐈𝐍𝐿, I would definitely, it's worth it. I think a pack of 40 sheets is like $18 or something like that, but it's so worth it because for that amount of money, you know, we've already done a lot of things with it, but you can just print and create, you know, patterns with your wild abandon, and these things just working back in to your collages, your books, you just can't go wrong. So yeah, all right, so have fun with that this week. Look forward to seeing you all next week. We've had a great time over in Premiere and just chatting it up. And please thumb up the video, and if you're new to the channel, you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that bell and all so you'll get all the notifications. And in the meantime, I'm going to get off to working with these papers, and I have a few of my cradle boards over here, and I'm really thinking about working some of these on top as a base and then moving on from there with probably some encaustics and stuff. But anyhow, I will be working these into some other pieces of art with collage and what have you. And until next week, love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.